Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to another reading Scorpio. This will be your reading for September for wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, Vedic or tropical. And if you don't have Scorpio's sun, I welcome you all the same. Come in, pull up a chair, grab a glass of wine, get comfortable, and let's talk. Shit's taking off. People are taking off. They want to. You may want to. Overall energy for September. I'm laughing because I did your reading a moment ago, but I'm doing it again, and the Wheel of Fortune came out first, and here it is again. It's almost like we had it right the first time. Is that how you're feeling? Something has changed. Something has upset the balance. And here it looks like it's something for the better. We're gonna see. We can hope. I think that that's what you would like. The Wheel of Fortune is coming out in the overall, so this tells us that it's not like this energy is unpredictable. If you want to know what will become of it, if you want to know what your fortune will be, what your future will look like, what's to come, take a look at how you've been acting in the years, months, days, weeks leading up to this. And that's not a invitation to to criticize yourself or berate yourself for who you once were and knocking yourself for not knowing better back then. It's more so, was your heart in the right place? Was your mind in the right place? And if so, then your conscience is clear, and no matter how difficult it may be right now, this too will pass. For some of you, it's surrounding work, and I think that it has gotten to be, it's a mixed bag. It's like what was once something that was filled with a lot of promise, what was filled with a lot of potential. It's like it has soured, or it's like you've become someone's workhorse, and you're just like, what do I look like? 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the Temperance. I feel like all you want here is just some peace. It's like you gotta find peace of mind. And it's challenging because I feel like all people really want to do right now is like fight or attack you, or just like whack you over the head with their opinion or their idea of you. You're constantly being bombarded by their expectations, by their approval or disapproval of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And it's just like, can Scorpio live their lives? And sometimes it can get so intense where it's almost like you get shocked into non-action because you don't want to ruffle any feathers, because you don't want to piss someone off, and sometimes maybe because you don't know what to do. To be like, vulnerable with you guys for just a moment. Sometimes when I'm angry, if I'm in a situation where I cannot fully, how do I say this? Okay, sometimes when I'm angry, if I'm in an environment where a certain amount of tact is required, or it's like you have to keep it professional, it like, that anger gets turned into like sadness and disappointment, because it's like, it's almost like you can't say what you really want to say. It's like you are like, because you have to keep it professional, or because you have to respect someone's authority, which is absolute bullshit, because people don't own people, not for a very long time. And I think that perhaps out of fear of losing something or out of starting a fight, you just sit with the feelings, sit with the confusion. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have healthy ways to express this. I do think that that's here, definitely. It could be in the form of a confidant, or for some of you, several confidants, but it looks like solidarity. It could be, especially if it's a work environment, a group of people that are experiencing the same thing, or a group of people that are on the same page. And there's a lot that can be accomplished from that space. There's a short story that I read years ago. I'll tell you about it. It's just short enough to where we can get it into your read. And the story is called Three Men Make a Tiger. So essentially, what this is about is someone goes to an emperor or a king, what have you, and he says to him, my lord, if someone told you that there was a tiger running in the street, would you believe him? And the emperor says no. And then he goes, would you believe it if two people came to you and told you? And the emperor goes, I might suspect it, but I still wouldn't believe it, wouldn't act on it. And then he asks him, what about if three people came and told you that there was a tiger running around in the market, destroying everyone's setup, just wreaking havoc? Would you believe it? And he says yes. And he says, he basically points out the fact that his logic is flawed, because there's no tiger running in the market, but he would believe it if just three people told him. And the whole point or purpose of this story is the idea that if enough people are reciting the same bullshit, or if enough people believe the same lie, they could pollute the mind of someone. Like, this is how conspiracy theories gain their power. Enough people believe in them, so there's like a force behind them, and it's the kind of force that is the enemy of progress and peace. We were speaking a moment ago about upsetting the balance, and I think that gossip is something that has the ability to do that. And if it's not gossip, it's, that's what it looks like here. Just words. Something that's all form and no substance. You may be dealing with someone who this is the energy that they're coming with, or this is just what you've been noticing about the world. I think that three men make a tiger is a great way to describe what the collective consciousness has been fighting. In so many ways, we are in this war for the truth. We're on this crusade for what's right. And there are so many versions of the story out there, and for each version of the story, there is an unimaginable amount of people who are willing to believe it, who are willing to do almost anything, do the most vicious and low things to defend those beliefs, to push their own agenda. And the sad part is that as they're pushing their own agenda, they have no shame about pushing you under the bus in the process, or pushing you aside. It hurts. Yeah. It hurts. It hurts to know that you love someone so much, or it hurts to know that you care so much, or that your intentions are in the right place, and try as they might, people just can't see it. And it's one of the most unfortunate phenomena out there, where you could be offering someone help, you could be offering someone the solution, you could be offering someone love, you could be offering someone something that you would never offer to anybody else. And even though it's exactly what they need, even though it's what you're giving them is good, it's like they don't see the value in it, and it's like they fight. It's like they don't appreciate it. We're going to talk about these again. All right. Can you say drama? I can, because I see the 5 of Wands here, and it looks like there are a lot of people involved. Now, all of this earth energy in the first line, Scorpio, is interesting. I think that a lot of your focus right now is on work. It is on the material in some way, shape, or form. And I think a lot of it has to do with, it could be a lack of energy, it could be a lack of motivation, and a lot of it has to do with you knowing that something really needs to change there, and it needs to change there soon, because you are approaching that point where it's like you have to perform, it's like you have to put up or shut up. You'll be placed in a situation where you will be tested. Some of you may be feeling like you are already being tested, or like you have been getting tested, and that's what Saturn is with the Devil card. Yes, there are some of you out there that will ace this test. I don't think that this is anything that you haven't encountered before. I just think that you just don't know if you want to put the work in. You don't know if it's worth it. That's what it's about. And it's like, after spending so much time investing in dead-end situations, I feel like you no longer have patience for it. You no longer have a tolerance for it. That's what it is, isn't it? It comes down to tolerance at the end of the day, and it's about what you're unwilling to put up with. For many of you, I think it's about the perceptions that other people have of you. I think it's about the expectations that other people have of you. And I think it's, you know your worth, you know your value, and you know that you deserve to be treated. You know that you deserve to be spoken to a certain way. And it's at a point right now where it's like, if you're not coming correct, then it's best if you just don't come at all. And I think that the advice when it comes to handling toxic energy like this, because like I said, people are being very, it's like they're being very presumptive, they're being very invasive, and the advice is to take the middle path. The advice is to keep a level head, is to keep cool. You can distance yourself, or you can draw a very solid line in between the expectations that other people have for you and what you know you can do and what you know that you do on a daily basis. Why do I say that? And why is this just not lip service? It's because the Knight of Pentacles is here. This is how I know that you guys are putting the work in, and this is how I know that there are people that are recognizing it. And I think that what's important for you to remember this month is that the right people recognize it and that the right people see it. They are just close enough, they are just near enough, and they are just communicative enough to bring you back to center, or to help you get back to center. Or, you know, they have this function or this role of a soundboard where you can just like bounce ideas off of them, and these are people that are not too proud to give you your flowers. But there are those who are determined to not see your effort. There are those who are determined to, I think they're jealous. I think they're jealous. You have to like listen to people when they're talking to you, and it's like, if you listen close enough, you begin to see like why they're really coming to you with the energy that they're coming to you with. You begin to understand what the foundation for their actions are, and I admit that, yeah, in the beginning it may be hard to pick up on, especially if this is someone who is very skilled at, let's walk that back. I don't think that you're dealing with skilled people and with the Five of Wands. I think that you're dealing with people who are stuck. And I think that there are people who see you with all of your options. And I think that there are people who see you with your intelligence, your can-do attitude, and the way that you radiate. Many of you are evolved far beyond your years when it comes to the way that you express yourself, but more importantly, when it comes to the concepts that you have integrated into your life. By that I mean the things that you believe in, the way that you carry yourself when you speak, the things that you decide to speak on. People can tell when you voice your opinion, when you say you're part of the story, that you're not a superficial person who is not focused on facts. In fact, you are someone that has the ability to see the big picture. You are someone that considers all sides of the story and can objectively pick the one that you know is ethically correct. I do think that there are some people around you that see this quality in you. And I think that in many ways you are making some connections in your life right now that will be long lasting. They will stand the test of time, not because you guys have trauma bonded, but because what you have in common is that you both, or that you and the people that you're connecting with, walk in the light. They say that ignorance is bliss, and I would argue that the fact that you are angry, by definition, that means that you are not ignorant. And I need you to rebuke anyone who would try to make you feel like you are, or try to make you feel like you don't understand what's going on, or like your version of the story is somehow incorrect. Or who try to change the subject or deflect when you call them out. I do think that there are some people around you who care a lot about you. They would do anything for you. These are people that would come to your defense. These are people that see you for who you are, and they would go to war for you. The Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Empress is absolutely beautiful energy to close out the month with. And I think that let this be the sign that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that just write yourself a permission slip. This is an exercise that it has helped me in the past, where you just write yourself permission slips to do certain things. And just to give you an example, you can use the Note app on your phone, or just if you have a notebook, just say you have the permission to be truthful in every situation, or you have permission to speak your mind, you have permission to love yourself, whatever you would like, and then just sign it. And just know that you are okay as long as you are in the right, as long as your intentions are good and you know that you are coming from a good place, and that your understanding of the facts is complete and objective. Because as long as you know that, it makes charging into battle just that much easier. And it's unfortunate that you have to do that, but this is what you have to do when you're coming up against forces that are misguided, are low vibrational, and are set in their ways. It's in those encounters that we have to know who we are, because it's in knowing who you are that you sidestep this confusion. That's how you're able to remain present and enforce your boundaries in a healthy way. Now, let's talk about the second line of cards here, because in the second of the month, it really does get better. I think that Pisces full moon happens around the 20th, and it does something quite nice to you, where these inklings that you've had, these feelings that you've had, those hunches that you get, it's like all of them are substantiated by the time the month is out. Why do I say that? Because with Pisces, we get the intuition and the feelings, something that you guys know all too well. And full moons are about culmination. It's about the climax of that energy. I think around that time, you'll be able to see so clearly. You can already see very clearly right now, but I think that There are just a lot of distractions, and the dominating emotion may be annoyance or rage. I do think that you have much to be proud of when it comes to your personal development and with who you are and how you show up in the lives of other people and how you show up in the world. Many of you are focused on your routine, you're focused on self-development and just bettering yourself sincerely. And when you're operating from that space, it's very difficult to knock you off your throne. It's very difficult to knock you off your path. And I think that the amount of consistency and dedication that you have when it comes to that, that's the kind of hard work that it's like I have so much faith in you guys because I know that you're focused on the right thing, which is yourself and which is on your path and which is on your life. Don't let these jackals distract you or fool you with their act for 1 minute. You know exactly what's going on, you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, and you know that the plan that you have laid out for yourself, the plan that you've laid out for yourself is a very good one, and you know that it's one that is destined for success. I encourage you to keep that up. And just know that you will be rewarded if you stick to the garden path. This was your reading for September. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment if you'd like. If you would like to see the extended, the link to the Patreon is in the banner on the channel page. And if you're not looking for another subscription, I totally get it. I would love to have you, but I totally get it. Then I'll see you in the October read. We're really in October already. Where has the time gone? I'll see you next time.